Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are cold for energy. Send it. Incoming. Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Hollaway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel? Not good. Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah! Welcome to Drinkin Bros Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. We're going early this morning because maybe, just maybe, we are the news. Maybe we are a morning news show here. I'm not sure. I've been talking about this for better part of the last year and a half, how all the cable news outlets are going to be gone. All the late night talk show hosts will be gone as well. Another one bites the dust today, and this one hits home. They canceled E! News today. And that's pushing it too far, in my opinion.
Who was...
Well, it started off with Seacrest. Ryan Seacrest was the original host of E! News. And then it moved to Juliana. What was her name, Bob?
Fucking something weird.
I know.
I was about to say Margulies, but that's definitely
No,
not right.
she was on ER, but you're close on that one. And then, now we have no E! News anymore. Dang
Wasn't
it.
Joan Rivers' daughter on it, too?
She was on it for a while, man. But that's gone now. That's all gone, and RIP to E! News as well. That's when you're canceling E! News, man. My God, where are we at as a society here? The other one my wife loves is the Today Show, which is on. She likes, I think it's the second hour, Jenna Bush, who got a bob. Any woman in her late 30s, early 40s, and beyond should never, ever get a bob.
Who the fuck is Jenna Bush?
It's the president's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, it's W's daughter. She's been doing that show for a long time with Hoda Kotb.
She was one of the fun ones, you know?
She
used to get
well,
fucked
she used
up
to
at
be.
UT, yeah.
Yeah, she used to be.
Like she's a mom now.
She's a mom now. She got a bob live on air. So they're testing out new co-hosts. They didn't want to pay Hoda Kotb her $18 million a year. So Hoda said, very famous as well. And she said, after 30 years, you can go fuck yourself. I'm all good here. I'm all good with this, and I'm gonna bounce. So they're kind of testing out co-hosts over there. Let your wife know, Bob, that Tyra Banks is in the lead so far with Jenna Bush.
Fortunately, my wife doesn't watch any of that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it cartoons and whatnot?
Well, if the kids are around, but you know, she's a Hallmark lady.
Really?
Likes
Even in the morning?
Likes the Hallmark. In the morning, she doesn't watch anything. She's chasing fucking kids around.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's always on in the background for my wife. She's like, hey, you guys are on your own. This is my time. I'm having some coffee and everything else. So maybe you can have your coffee with Drinkin Bros. to start the day. Even Ryan Mills is out in these streets, pounding it, starting the day here. Where is he at? For Hard AF Seltzer right now. Love Ryan Mills. He gave me a list of stores here. Every day he's hustling. Where has he got? He's got Happy Liquor in Whiteboro, Texas. Texoma Liquor in Pottsboro, Texas. Never heard of that. Chris Package Store in Austin, Texas. Grand Liquor in Anna, Texas. Gatlinburg Wine and Beer in Louisville, Texas. Pinky's Liquor is killing it with us. Where's Pinky's at, Bob? Find Pinky's. Friendly's number 3 in Athens. My Liquor Zones in McKinney, Texas. And then Simply Liquor in Sachet. I'm messing up all your town names, and I'm sorry, but just know that I love them here. What's Pinky's? What is that?
It looks like
fun.
it's a chain.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a lot of
Is
locations.
that Snoop Dogg on the cover of their website?
Snoop Dogg on the cover, yeah.
Let's go, dude.
But it's all over Texas.
Okay. Good for them. And then last but not least here before we start the news, we got a message from YouTube. Late last night or the night before, I forget, man. Time is a flat circle at this point, where they said you can now say the word fuck after the first 7 seconds, Dan.
It's good news for us.
It is, I guess. We'll see if anything changes. But Bob, I'm going to try to find you this video, the British guy they sent me, because they gave you like a tutorial video of it. And I was like, is this really necessary? Did I need that? But also, I knew he had to say the word fuck like 3 or 4 times. So that's hilarious as well. And let's get into it, shall we? Let's start the news this morning. Let us know in the comments down here on YouTube if you want us to go in the mornings here. Love to hear it, because I don't know who's up and why. We don't do it that often. All right, top story of the day is ban on stock trading for Congress and POTUS. President Trump on Wednesday went off on one of his closest allies in Congress, Senator Josh Hawley, over voting in committee on a bill that would ban stock trading by lawmakers, presidents, and vice presidents, arguing that Hawley teamed up with Democrats to advance the measure. The bill would ban congressional lawmakers and their spouses from trading stocks, as well as presidents and vice presidents, but the latter would only apply to future administrations. Well, that's fun, at least, you know? What's he bitching about then? You can get the fuck out of there. Still, Trump in his social media posts obviously went off on Hawley, claiming that he was being used by the Democrats to target the president. He also questioned Hawley being the lone Republican on the panel to vote with Democrats. 8-7 was the final count there to advance the bill out of committee. Why would one Republican, Senator Josh Hawley from the great state of Missouri? Oh, he's from Missouri. Bob?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, dude, I didn't. Join with all the Democrats to block a review sponsored by Senator Rick Scott and with the support of almost all other Republicans of Nancy Pelosi's stock trading over the last 25 years. The information was inappropriate release just minutes before the vote, very much like sabotage, Trump said on True Social. I know your thoughts on this, but feel free to tee off this morning. This is going from the ladies' tees for you.
Well, I mean, it's so earlier in the day he said he liked it conceptually, and then started talking shit about Pelosi. He says, I'll take a look at it, but conceptually I like it. And what I do think is Nancy Pelosi should be investigated because what she has
Accumulated wealth-wise?
the highest return of anybody practically in the history of Wall Street, save a couple. How did that happen? Before the vote, Rick Scott pressed Hawley to help him work to improve the bill. Same thing with some other jackass. I mean, one of them, I can't remember who it was. Let me look at my Twitter. But one of these slapdicks said something like the same thing that Crenshaw said back in the day, essentially, which is like, how are we going to attract the best and brightest? Ron Johnson.
Yeah,
he's like, how are we going to, we make it very unattractive for people to run for office. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Ron, you make $175K a year, all expenses paid, and you get a fat fucking pension day one. So what else do you want for servicing the people or serving the people here?
Yes, I mean, this is pretty much a no-brainer. It's very popular amongst every voting bloc to not let these motherfuckers do this shit.
Yeah.
But again, I don't understand Trump here. He's lashing out at Hawley. Said the Missouri Republican was playing into the Democrats' quote dirty hands. This is one of his posts. The Democrats, because of our tremendous achievements and success, have been trying to quote target me for a long period of time, and they're using Josh Hawley, who I got elected twice. Josh Hawley was in the Senate before Trump was president.
Right.
Right.
And was never in remote danger of not being elected.
Yeah, I mean, you know that state pretty well, Bob. Is he beloved there?
I mean, he does well. He does very well.
Okay.
Yeah. I always say, like, Missouri is a red state, but it's more purple than people realize because there's 2 major cities in it. But he wins handily every time.
Mm-hmm.
Good, because we obviously love your AG up there, and Hawley. Every time something has come up, there hasn't been too much smoke on him on our side here. So. No. I don't really get it. And then, Bob, I emailed you, if you want to check Twitter, that's Ron Johnson actually saying this out loud, which is even worse.
Yeah, so he says they're using Josh Hawley, who I got elected twice, as a pawn to help them. I wonder why Hawley would pass a bill that Nancy Pelosi is in absolute love with. He is playing right into the dirty hands of the Democrats. It's a great bill for her and her, quote, husband. I don't know why he put husband in quotes, but so bad for
Paul
our country.
trades as well.
Certainly it does, but why would you put the word husband in quotations? That doesn't make any sense.
Come on. Dan, come on. You know the answer to that. Do we have to pull up the pink hammer video?
I don't think Republicans want to see their president, who has had unprecedented success, targeted because of the whims of a second-tier senator named Josh Hawley.
Okay.
So, one, he's one of the most successful people in Senate.
Yes.
Doesn't own stocks.
Okay.
Almost certainly a future presidential candidate.
Yeah, one of the very few who doesn't own stocks, actually.
He's very young, right? Yeah.
He's young. I don't know if he'll primary in 28, just because it's going to be a pretty decently crowded field, but he's going to run for president at some point.
Yeah.
His seat is safe. He'll always have a chance. He's going to have a chance to run for president for the next 4 cycles.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is.
I agree.
Before we get to Ron Johnson, and this is the aristocracy. Mm-hmm. This is what you're going to see with him. But this is Trump's Achilles heel. His ego makes anything that's said that may apply to him, even if it merely applies to the office he holds, as a personal attack. It's petulant and it's pathetic, and it does him no service, and it does our country no service. And if he continues hammering people like Josh Hawley and Thomas Massey for trying to protect Americans, and if he keeps conflating the Epstein situation with the Russiagate, like some kind of hoax fabricated against him, when it barely has anything to do with him, that's going to become his legacy as a child.
And the worst part about it is the economy's rolling right now. We saw those numbers yesterday. Obviously, Jerome Powell right afterwards was like, I still don't know. We're going to have to give this a couple more months. That fucking guy, Mike, oh, God. I should just do one. Well, no, we'd get fucking banned from the internet. I'd probably be in jail. But if I could say what I really wanted to say about Jerome Powell, if we could just show a wood chipper from Home Depot, that'd be great. But it involves that. Let's play this clip here from Ron Johnson, because I have not seen this. I heard about it, but I didn't see him actually say it.
We make it very unattractive for people to step up to the plate and run for office or potentially serve in office. I tried hiring a retired CFO many years ago. This after the passage of the Stock Act. Would have been great. I could have had somebody really expert in international taxation, that type of thing. I could not find anybody willing to do it. So this piece of legislation, really, it's legislative demagoguery. We do have insider trading laws. We have financial disclosure. Trust me, we have financial disclosure. The press pays attention to it. So I don't see the necessity of this. I can imagine all kinds of unintended consequences. You could relabel this law, quite honestly, the Career Politician Protection Act, because it'll make it so unattractive for people to give up their business, sell it, unless some ethics committee says, oh, no, there won't be a conflict of interest. I mean, there's when we pass a tax law that lowers tax rates, we all benefit. It's just an inherent issue. So again, we have plenty of protections. We have the disclosure. This is a completely unnecessary piece of legislation. It's going to create all kinds of unintended consequences. Senator Scott just pointed out one of them, just one of them. So, again, I voted no last time. I'm a strong no this time, even stronger this time.
What in the absolute fuck is this retard talking about?
I don't know.
He's trying to convince you that this is going to be the thing that creates career politicians. Banning them from enriching themselves while they're there. That's what's going to do it, huh? What the fuck are you talking about?
The other thing, too, was I tried to hire a career CFO to come in and do this job. He's rich. No, nobody wants the job at all because there's a shit ton of people out there who actually want to help their country and do the fucking job. This guy isn't one of them. Ron, you're not one of those guys. So pack your shit, get the fuck out. How old is he? This guy looks like he's 67, maybe 70.
He's 70.
70. Get the fuck out of there. If this is so unattractive to you, pick up your shit and fucking leave. You're 70 years old. How long has he been in? And I by the way, I'm real curious to see what the fucking stock trading has been like for Ron Johnson. I'd love to see those numbers.
He was elected in 2011.
Okay, so 14 years, making $175 a year, plus everything else, plus all the knowledge he has for insider trading. Can you find his stocks, just his portfolio? No one would make a speech like this if they didn't have a very vast and deep stock portfolio. There's just no way. There's just no fucking way with this guy. I mean, holy shit. And again, even if you believe it, you don't say it out loud in a clip like this that's going to go viral.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
No, you wouldn't. So I don't get it. I'm for it. How do you think this is going to shake out in the end? Because it seems like there's a lot of Republicans that want this too, not just Josh Hawley. How would this vote shake out?
What will happen is, and you can bookmark this, somebody on one side or both will add an amendment that's a poison pill that one side or the other can't. This is the race right now between Republicans and Democrats. It's not to do the right thing. It's to see who can get a poison pill added as an amendment first, something that the other side shouldn't and can't vote yes on.
Okay.
And then have the vote and then say, see, those guys are bad people.
Yeah.
That's all this is. It's just fucking political theater. No one gives a fuck about this. No one in Congress.
No one in Congress.
The American public cares deeply, but no one in Congress cares about this. These people, none of these people deserve to breathe air.
I think this would be a 50-50 vote in Congress. I really believe that. And by the way, I bet you it would be all over the board. Republicans and Democrats on this one because, let's face it, Crenshaw's in there. Is Pelosi in Congress or Senate?
She's in the House. Congress is both houses.
Okay. So, yeah.
Chambers, rather, excuse me.
What does he have, Bob?
His net worth is $55 million. It was $36 million in 2013. I mean, you can see the graph right here.
Sure. So he made an extra 20 in there? Good.
Yeah,
Good for him.
Mostly in...
Yeah, where do you think that was?
Most of his stuff, it looks like his biggest is real estate.
Okay.
And then, yeah, he's got some money in mutual funds and stuff like that.
How much money in mutual funds?
$6 million.
Oh, you don't say. Just a cool 6? It's just a polite $6 million. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Oh, God. Is any of this going to fucking change? Like, is any of it going to fucking change? And I agree with you with Trump, dude. Again, I love him. I voted for him. He's doing some really great shit for the country right now. The more and more you keep sending out these fucking tweets over this fucking bullshit, dude, it's just, it takes away from everything great that you're doing. Yesterday's numbers were off the charts across the board. I don't get it.
Johnson's rise in wealth is almost commensurate with inflation, though.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
thinking. It's about 46% inflation since he joined the Senate.
But still, I mean, that's so many millions of dollars. Like, you got to get lucky here and there with different things, like in the market.
Well, he was a very successful businessman before this.
Oh, a businessman?
Yeah.
What kind of business did
he worked in some kind of plastics in Wisconsin back
really?
in the day. Yeah.
A lot of women in Wisconsin drink out of plastics every day, so probably eat it too. But yeah, we'll see how this shakes out. Any dates on when this could potentially go to the floor?
That'll depend on John Thune, who's
piece of shit.
He's in a bit of trouble himself right now.
Is he?
Yeah, there's been an SEC complaint against him, or an
stock trading?
FEC complaint.
Okay.
No, For what's called smurfing. And no, not the sex act that involves blue food dye.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, smurfing is where you break up large contributions or payments into smaller amounts that are unreviewable, and then guide them into a specific account. It looks like he's guilty, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll keep an eye on it. Next up, I'm going to add this story here because they actually broke into the news last night to report this. Kamala Harris last night decided she is not going to run for California governor in 2028. A Harris ally says all options are on the table, but cautions against reading too much into the former vice president's choice to skip the California governor race. The ambitious governors, senators, and former Biden administration officials who were already traveling the country, taping podcasts, and building infrastructure for national campaigns have been aiming to put Ms. Harris and former President Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., I didn't know it was a junior at the end of it, in their collective rearview mirror. And while Ms. Harris, as the former vice president, would enter the 2028 presidential primary as the most recognizable Democrat with the broadest fundraising network, she would also carry the baggage of the 2024 campaign that Democrats do not view with much fondness. Now, look, she's 60. She'll be, 63 here coming up. She is the favorite on Polymarket out of the Democrats, and it's not really close.
That would be the best news that whomever the Republican candidate happens to be could ever get.
That's what I said last night. But what I also said, because my wife was with me, is I got the general sense, and I still get this, because she hasn't done too many public outings since, or speeches. Not that she ever should, but I got the sense that she fucking hated it there. She definitely didn't look like she wanted to run for president whatsoever, although the moves behind the scenes said otherwise. Once she had to go out in front of the cameras and everything, that's when it kind of blew up. But who else is it, I guess? Who else would be the governor of California? Because on our side, we had the Republican candidate on, which we love, that guy. Their team, if you go back and listen to the episode, how many months ago was that?
6
months ago. If you remember correctly, he said their entire team was preparing to run against her, and that it was a shoo-in there in California. I don't know who this goes to on the Democratic side in California, and if she does end up running for president, I don't know who would go against her, I guess. So it's a strange one to me. She just signed a book deal, I know that, and the book deal is about her running for president and what it was like throughout that chaotic 3-month period there, which that would be super interesting if she's actually honest. But let's face it, she's not going to be honest in that book. And yeah, it's a strange one to me. I thought for sure she was going to be the governor of California.
It'd be interesting to see if she is honest about it. If she just says, like, yeah, they gave me $2 billion. We outfoxed the Obamas.
Yep.
Just say it.
It'd be great.
To be honest, it would make her kind of legendary.
I agree.
Politically, if she just said what happened, and that's probably the only chance she would ever have of winning as president.
The other part of this too that I was thinking is let's say she is honest, and let's say she's extremely honest about Biden, and then going for that 25th Amendment. I think that would make her more beloved by the Democrats, because they blamed him and all that other shit. Now, if she came out and said, "Look, man, I was the last option. This was it, and we went for it," might curry some more votes with the Democratic Party. So
maybe.
Who knows? But this is a big shocker for me. And when they broke into the news last night, I was like, huh? Even that got my attention. They were like, big announcement from Kamala Harris. Who else is in the running out there for governor then? I mean, we had the repube on the show, obviously. Bob, anybody on the Democratic side that was second in that? I haven't heard anyone.
There's a lot. Oh, who's that chick? Katie something from Southern California.
Katie Hobbs?
Man, no.
No.
Let me look. She's running for governor, I believe. Let me look her up.
Katie
Porter. Katie Porter.
Katie Porter.
Katie
that's
Hobbs
right.
is the governor of Arizona, the one that was the Secretary of
That's
State,
right. That's
cheated
right.
in the election.
Yeah. Katie Porter. Okay. Look, a Democrat's going to win anyways, I guess. So, yeah, sure, I guess it would be her. But yeah, I personally had on my bingo card that Kamala was going to win that thing pretty handily, and that was going to be it for her. But maybe she looked at that job with one on with the wildfires and everything else and was like, nah, man, I'm not doing this bullshit anymore.
I mean, it's not a great job.
No.
Because the state is so fucked up right now.
And at 63, wouldn't you want to retire and just walk away from this bullshit at this point? Because if you lose again in 2028, you go down in a record book forever on that one, where it's just like you lost 2 presidential elections there that are very, very high profile, especially one versus Trump and then one against when Trump was out. That means you couldn't even beat that guy, which is probably going to be J.D. Vance.
Yeah, I wonder if the book is going to cover why they paid all that money to all those celebrities for
I would
nothing.
love it.
Like $15 million to Beyonce, she didn't even do anything.
Nope.
$5 million to Meg Thee Stallion. They just basically they took money from people and gave it to their friends, which is what it is. But I guess that's tough.
By the way, FaceTime was going on. It's Justin Melnick. No matter what, he's going to be 2 days late on everything. Hey, man, just heard the show. Can you put them on? No, we recorded it yesterday, Justin.
Yeah.
I love you. That's SEAL Team Justin Melnick here.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Every single time he does that. He'll watch the podcast the next day and be like, man, can you put them on the phone? No, that's not how it works. It doesn't go live through the thing. Okay, bud? That's not how this works. We love you, though. And hopefully everything's going well in California. Or maybe he's calling in about Kamala Harris up there. Who knows? Who knows? That'll bring us to our first sponsor of the day, talking about OmahaSteaks.com/Drinkin Bros. 50% off their blazing hot summer sale. It's 50% off site-wide. And then you're going to get an extra $45 off with the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. Love Omaha Steaks. That wine is on the way today, so I'll let you know how the wine pairings were. Ordered some more meat from those guys for the kids and everybody else, and I was like, you know what? Let's see if their wine's any good. They have an extensive catalog, Bob. If you go to it, I was shocked at how much wine they actually have on there. So I'll let you know if it's any good or not. Look at this, Dan. I mean, they got shit ton. I was unaware.
Yeah, I think that brand 1917, they own it.
It would appear so because they've been around. They've been around since 1970.
Yeah, maybe they started, or maybe it's a white labeled version of a different wine or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but the wines are good. I've had them before.
Whoa! You can't say white labeled.
Why?
I mean, Sydney Sweeney is going through some hell right now. You know, white people are bad right now. Apparently, it sucks to be hot in America if you're white.
I guess the question is, does she not have good genes? Is that the point being made?
Or her genes are white, and I don't know.
But like her genetics are obviously good.
Yeah.
So what's
real good?
I don't understand. Anyways,
real good. From handcrafted steaks to family grilling favorites, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. Like Sydney Sweeney's ass, dude. They're juicy, okay? Enjoy USDA certified tender steaks, juicy burgers, and so much more. Comes right to your house in a styrofoam cooler. It's freeze dried. And fuck, man, it lasts for like 2 days. It was 107 last night when I was coaching. Yeah, man, box was perfect. Absolutely frozen cold, dude. However they're doing it, I've never seen any company pack it like that. Usually it comes in a cardboard box, and by the time you get home from work or practice or wherever you're at, half the box is fucking soggy and wet because, let's face it melted in the sun. So not here. They also carry chicken, pork, seafood, delectable desserts, sides, everything you could possibly think of, and then the wine. So the wine is on its way. I'll let you know how it is, and they kind of pair it up with the meats that you order as far as steak-wise, burger-wise, and all the other stuff. So I'll let you guys know next week.
Well, me, Candace, and Michael Malice are going to do a caviar tasting.
Oh, from Omaha?
Next week, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I think we're going to do it on her Twitch channel, too.
Looking forward to it because I'm not a caviar guy. However, they do sell it. And I have not had anything bad from here yet. Big fan of this. I hope they stay. This is the last month of our test deal with those guys. And I hope they stay on forever because I'm a gigantic fan. Look, last day, go to omahasteaks.com/Drinkin Bros. 50% off site-wide during their blazing hot summer sale. For an extra $45 off, use promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. 50% off at omahasteaks.com/Drinkin Bros. An extra $45 off with the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. Order it today. Hopefully that'll help with the renewal, dude. I love these guys, and I want them to stay. Gigantic fan. Bob, go to your Twitter here. This one's for you today, buddy. This one's for you today. In regards to Sydney Sweeney. Yep, right there.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, no. You just watch this one for me.
It.
This one got me. Go ahead and play this for the audience. God, this one got me.
I wasn't going to weigh in on this, but here we go. It is so difficult to grow up as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word growing up in this country. I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting. There's a lot of rhetoric right now online about the political ideologies that this represents, and I don't discount that, but for me, I can't help but think about the 13-year-old brown girl who gets all her denim at American Eagle, who already struggles to see her beauty and worth in a world that continues to value white, Eurocentric beauty standards, which I naively thought by this point we would have moved the needle on. And this girl is now wishing she too could wake up with blonde hair and blue eyes. It took me so long, too long in my life to look in the mirror and see beauty. And I hate that that continues to be a shared experience for young brown girls in this country.
Okay, cool. So your problem is that in a country that's 70% white, people enjoy hot white girls. Okay. I mean, that's fine. You're entitled to be a victim for the rest of your fucking life, I guess. Have you ever been, this is a question for this sharp-faced prostitute right here. Have you ever been anywhere that Latinas live?
Yeah.
Because you will routinely see 200-pounders walking around with a fucking tube top and short shorts on. It looks like one of those old cans of biscuits that you've cracked on the side of the fucking counter and they've started to swell in the middle. Right? Yeah. It looks like the Pillsbury, and they don't give a fuck.
No.
If you ask them, they'll say they're a 10. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like a you problem.
It sure does. The other part about this, in which I posted last night on our Twitter account, is yes, 70% of the country is whites. Every black male? Is there a black male that would turn down Sydney Sweeney? Is there an Asian dude that would turn down Sydney Sweeney? Like, Sydney Sweeney's universal. Now, Bob brought this up the other day on Ross Patterson Revolution. I thought it was a fucking joke. I was unaware that there was this much controversy, and it's still going. We're 72 hours into this, and people are still bitching that arguably the hottest sex symbol in America right now has a jeans commercial? What are we doing here? Like, the fat chicks didn't work. Remember that?
Yeah.
They did that whole campaign with Sports Illustrated and everything else, and then they went out of business. So what do you want here? I don't really get it. And the political thing I don't understand either. To my knowledge, I don't think Sydney Sweeney's ever come out on one side or the other. I know her parents had one of them was spotted with a Trump hat on, but she never has, and she's never spoken about politics publicly. So what's the political message here?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a political message so much as it is
a race thing?
No, yeah, a lot of these woke dummies were rewarded for pretending to be a victim, right? It became the social currency. We talked about that a lot over the last 5 or 6 years, and they were rewarded for that, and they thought they had won. They thought that now the roles have been reversed and they're the dominant voice now. But that's not how life works, my friend. You know, when you live in a place that's 70% of something, that's probably going to be the thing most of the time. Yep. For example, if I go to Chinatown in San Francisco, right downtown,
yep,
and I start complaining about the fact that there's Chinese writing on the walls, all right, then I might be a fucking moron. I might be a moron because that is a completely unreasonable thing to expect.
Yeah, dude. I just don't understand it. I don't know anyone that doesn't think she's hot. Now,
I think with this is a street gonzo thing. I think we need to send Gary downtown and only interview minority men and women and ask them if this girl's hot.
Oh, that's a great one.
Just a picture of Sydney Sweeney, no context. Hey, you think this girl's hot? You think she's got good genetics? and to see what they say. I guarantee you 99% of people are going to say yes.
When he pops into work today at 2 p.m., I will ask him to do it.
You're being fucking
generous at that point, yeah.
Ambitious.
I'll ask him to do it. I think that's a great one, and that's easily clippable because every black dude wants Sydney Sweeney. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think she's the hottest girl I've ever seen in the world. She's obviously attractive.
She's very attractive. Look, for me, it's my wife, right? But I have no problem recognizing other people's beauty and like, yeah, dude, Sydney Sweeney's fucking hot, dude. Like, cool. If it was somebody shocking, fuck, who would be shocking on the white side to have a commercial like this?
Rosie O'Donnell? I don't know.
Yeah, like that. Then I'd be like, all right, we got a fucking problem here.
What that woman that wrote Girls?
Oh, Lena Dunham. Holy shit!
Can you imagine that?
Have you seen her?
No.
You are gonna lose your mind. Bob, pull up a recent picture of Lena Dunham.
Do we have to?
I did not know this was her. Yes, the other night, I watched an interview of 5 minutes, and I finally turned to my wife and I go, who is that? And she goes, you're joking, right? She goes, it's Lena Dunham. And I go, no fucking way, she is unrecognizable. Dan, look at her now. This is recent.
Which one of them?
The one on the right.
Oh, my God.
Zoom in on that.
She's really leaning into it, huh?
Look at... I didn't even recognize that person.
No, she's really fat. Is that Natalie Portman with her?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, boy. And you know why Natalie Portman's friends with her, obviously.
Yeah, so they can look like a number 10 in public.
Correct. So she's going... I think the divorce went through for Natalie Portman. So she's on the market, Bob. That's who I picture you with, somebody like a Natalie Portman.
I mean, she's perfect, so...
Yeah.
Dressed in her outfit from Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's the peak. Absolutely.
It's a good
You think
one.
so? Not in that movie where she had a baby in Walmart? And named it Americus?
I'll take any version of Natalie Portman.
Okay.
Minus
Leon the Professional.
I was about to say minus Leon the Professional. Although I will say, we are rough. Like, I saw that movie as a kid, like as like a, I don't know, probably 10-year-old. And I was like, wow, she's hot because she's like 2 years older than me. So there was a time, actually, when I was attracted to Natalie Portman in The Professional. That has passed, unfortunately.
We're just going to clip that one part.
Yep, and post that everywhere.
That's fine.
You know what's weird, Bob?
Dude, I thought, when I was a kid, too, I was like, God damn, the Olsen twins are hot. When they were like 13, because they're literally the same age as me, so.
Do you remember the movie Lolita? It was a hugely famous movie. Pop up the movie poster here real quick.
I don't know if we should do that or not.
Why?
Because isn't there a fucking young girl on it?
Well, it was a massive movie. The actress's name is Dominique Swain, who played the lead. There you go, right there. And I think Jeremy Irons was in it as well, and I believe it was nominated for an Oscar. So I did a movie with her, Bob, and I got to ask her what it was like throughout this process and everything else. She said, Dominique told me, she goes, the amount of people that would come up to me and would be like, dude, I can't wait till you get older was mind-altering. And I was like...
Well, that's not shocking. Everybody in the 80s was a piece of shit.
Dude, all the way up to the 2000s, because there was, I forget, it might have been Stern, but there was some big radio show that had like a countdown clock to the Olsen twins turning 18. I feel like TRL had a countdown clock for Britney Spears turning 18.
But this is where that phrase came from. The Lolita Express was from this movie because it was, a big Oscar movie and all that stuff. But yeah, they were counting down the days, and she was just like, man, it was fucking weird growing up. She luckily avoided it. It seems like Natalie Portman did too, but the Olsen twins don't give a fuck about anything. They're pretty rad, so. But everybody else, good luck, dude. Speaking of which.
Speaking of the Olsen twins. Wait, the one that was.
Oh, I thought you were going to the Epstein Files story.
Well, yeah, we'll do that next, but the one that was in the Marvel movies that played
Elizabeth Olsen.
She's the best
one of the
Olsen.
twins.
That's what I think too. By the way, I side with you. I think she's the hottest.
She's easily the hottest.
Yes.
It's not even up for debate.
She looks like a normal woman. Like she never went through the anorexic stuff, so far as I can tell. But anyways, that wasn't the point. You ever notice that through that the arc of that character, she just stopped even trying to do the Russian accent?
No, that's on purpose.
What do you mean it's on purpose?
Because it was an acting choice she made. I actually read this. The longer she lived in America, the more she dropped the accent.
Natalie Portman?
Have you ever met a fucking Russian that's lived here for 3 years?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they still have the accent.
But I will
forever.
say it was a choice.
And Bob, I worked with one, and she lost that accent within 5. She said.
We're talking about a character.
Not one prayer.
Yeah.
That you're not losing a Cyrillic accent in a couple of years. That's not a thing.
The Scarlet Witch is one of the most powerful Avengers in the entire MCU and the comic book universe. If she wanted to will away an accent, she could.
Yeah, she could.
No.
Dan, sorry. Yeah, Bob's right on this one.
Not one prayer.
Bob is the only expert on this subject matter in the studio. But I thought you were segueing in this Epstein Files story, which was perfect here, from the movie Lolita to a guy who created the Lolita Express here. The Epstein Files are still going on over and over every single day. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said Wednesday that Democrats invoked a century-old law to force President Donald Trump's Department of Justice and the FBI to release the Epstein Files. At a press conference, Schumer said he joined all of his Democratic colleagues on the Senate's Homeland Security Committee in invoking a century-old and little-known law known as the Rule of Five. Forgive me, I don't know what that is. What is the Rule of Five exactly?
I'm not familiar with it, and I'm not sure it actually applies in this context. I think it might be about, more about regulations than it is about laws specifically.
Okay.
And they're trying to force this issue. Bob, look that up on one of the Grok or ChatGPT or some shit, because I'm not super familiar with the Rule of Five.
Yeah, I'm not either here. Let's see, Bob. I'm gonna text you or send you his statement here that you can actually just play on screen regarding this. He explains it right here. I got the clip for you on Twitter. I guess it's when any 5 senators on Homeland Security call the executive branch, and the executive branch must comply.
Yeah, that's like.
Is that a real thing?
That's what he said, but I don't know if that's. Like,
I've never heard of it.
How long has this committee existed, and then, like, is there federal law back in this, or is this a committee rule? What is this?
I'm not sure, man. Go ahead and play this, Bob.
And little-known law, known as the Rule of Five, to compel the Department of Justice to release the full and complete Epstein files. Under federal law, when any 5 senators on the Homeland Security Committee call on the executive branch must comply. Our request covers all documents, files, evidence, and other materials in possession of the DOJ, the FBI, related to the case of United States versus Jeffrey Epstein. While protecting the victims' identities can and must be of top importance, the public has a right to know who enabled, knew of, or participated in one of the most heinous sex trafficking operations in history. Let me remind everyone of what's happened in recent months. Donald Trump campaigned on releasing the Epstein files. He broke that promise. In February, FBI Director Kash Patel promised during sworn testimony in his confirmation hearing he would, quote, make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened. Well, that has yet to happen. A.G. Bondi said in February that his supposed, quote, client list, she said, was sitting on her desk right now to review. And she said that's been a directive by President Trump. 5 months later, we have 0 answers, only more questions.
Okay, so look, the first thoughts on this, just seeing this live for the first time here, is right now, for Trump, this is the only negative shit that they can say about him. After the GDP numbers came out yesterday, and the markets and all the other shit going up, the tariff deals coming through left and right, this is all they're kind of hanging on to. The shock for me still is, I still think it's 50-50 on each side who's on that fucking list.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems likely.
And do you stand by the fact that you think the Democrats know this isn't going to be released, therefore this is the one thing they can keep driving at over and over and over again?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes Trump look bad. He's played his hand that he's going to try to be resistant to it for some reason. So they're going to, it's a no-lose game for the Democrats. They can keep doing this shit. The Rule of Five refers to a provision in federal law, specifically Section 2954 of Title V of the U.S. Code, which dates back to a 1928 statute. The rule requires executive branch agencies to furnish information or documents to congressional oversight committees if at least 5 members of the committee formally demand it. It serves as a tool for congressional oversight, allowing a minority of committee members to compel disclosure without needing majority support or the Senate's broader approval. That is, it's definitely in the law. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
I don't know what the consequences are of the president saying no, though.
Yeah,
right? I mean, he would be breaking federal law, but I don't know what the actual consequences of that would be.
At this point, though, this is how I feel personally about the Epstein Files. I'm not going to believe anything that comes out anyways. Are you? I think it's too late. I think you get to a point where...
I'll tell you what I don't believe. What I don't believe is that over the last 4 years in office that the Democrats changed everything. I think there's still evidence there. This is what the Republicans are trying to tell you now, that it doesn't matter if we get anything because it's all going to be changed or redacted or whatever the fuck now. No, these people are still alive. Ghislaine Maxwell's still alive.
Yep.
She knows every single fucking thing that happened, and anything that's in or out of those files, she can corroborate or say, hey, this is missing. Where the fuck is this? The grand jury testimonies, all the recordings of Epstein himself and Ghislaine Maxwell, the stuff that Ghislaine has specifically requested on her own, and then you start bringing every one of these motherfuckers in under oath. Every one of them. The Clintons, fucking Gates, Trump himself.
Yep.
The head of Harvard that he keeps mentioning, who is definitely balls deep in that, pardon the pun, Alan Dershowitz, all these people. And the litany of others that were involved in this. Everybody's got to come in and go on record under oath.
I agree. And I think
then
that's
we'll fucking see.
That's the only way that you would clear this up. But to my knowledge, a sitting president has never had to go before senates and answer questions.
I mean, Nixon almost did, right?
Almost, but he didn't. And
yeah, Les Wexner is
yes,
one of them.
Wexner. Oh fuck, Jesus Christ, yeah. Look, the fucking skeletons in that guy's closet. Holy shit. I think Trump has to go too, go to the hearing, say what he knows, what he doesn't know, everything else. I think everybody should, if they're mentioned in there and what would happen. Also, if he's just honest about it, he's fine. And then it's fucking over, and you got to bring in her to testify as well then. The problem is you're going to have to give her some type of deal, because it's usually a plea on something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said, you could probably find a video of this if you look hard enough, but I said what they should have done back in the day when her trial was going on was give her a full pardon in exchange for all the shit. You tell everything, and then just, maybe wait for her to walk down the steps and put a bullet in the back of her head.
Do you think that's what's going to happen?
Have the FBI do that.
I think a lot of people think that's going to happen.
I mean, they did it to John Dillinger. They just ran up behind him and fucking put a bullet in the back of his brain.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine with that. No, it's not going to happen. None of this shit's going to happen.
I don't think so either. It's all wishful thinking. The Democrats know it, and this is why you're seeing these fucking speeches every single day, because that's it. That's all they can hang their hats on. And then on the whole, I'm calling it Hogan Day, by the way, July 24th. I said that guy from New York is going to win mayor, and I think Minneapolis is going to win mayor as well. And then the Republicans will be able to use those two dummies for their next fucking campaign.
Fata isn't even going to win his primary.
I will stand by it. If he was senator, I don't know who else would beat him in that town.
He's a state senator.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is basically like being a state Congress, like a state rep.
We have state reps here that are very powerful.
It's not a statewide race.
It's just for the city. Mayor's pretty easy. You don't need that many votes.
It's not even the whole city. It's just for a little part of the city.
Yeah, dude. You don't need that many votes at all.
No, I'm talking like his Senate seat.
Oh, okay. But still, you don't need that many votes there. And if he comes out of that, I think he's the dude. But again, we'll see. That's where my money's going.
No, not. There's no way. I'm telling you. Hold on.
Do they have any polls up there?
No, not anything.
This is the I Am the Captain Now guy for the audio listeners. He looks exactly like the guy from the Captain Phillips movie.
Yeah, he does.
Which is not a great thing, by the way.
No, it's this. Yeah,
I don't want to see him putting on a pair of American Eagle jeans. All right.
So this dude,
Fatwa,
in his feta, he got 20. He's in one of the city districts, and he got 24,000 votes because nobody ran against him except for a Republican, and Republicans can't win there. that would have landed him in 4th place in the 21 Minneapolis mayoral election.
Right, but it's just the
Also
primary, right?
No, it's only a primary because the DFL Democratic Party there, it's the only 3 people that ran in the last election were DFL.
Okay.
So yeah, there's no fucking way. I don't care who. Minneapolis is still pretty white.
I think they're fucked.
Also, he got the endorsement of the Minneapolis DFL, not the Minnesota Democratic Party. Tim Walz has endorsed the sitting mayor. It kind of was an overblown story. It was just it was big, I guess, because the DFL hadn't endorsed anyone in like 4 elections or something like that.
Bob, look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now on this one, all right? That's my bet.
I know this is what you want to happen. It just feels like a long shot.
I do. And because Minneapolis deserves all the shit that they're going through, and that whole state. Elections matter, and I think this one will as well. New York, I think that's you're unstoppable. That guy's unstoppable.
No, he's not going to win.
You got Adam still?
Yeah.
Okay.
But back to Schumer, just to be clear, this fucking Muppet didn't care about Epstein until it became a problem for Trump. You can go look on. You can check Google, use their advanced search tools, and narrow down the time frame from 2020 until 2024, and then search any of your favorite top-ranking Democratic names and see if they said a word about any of this. Not one fucking article about anything.
And I think Schumer. I would be shocked if he wasn't on that list.
He's probably on there. Yeah, he's a fucking pervert. I mean, he was Anthony Weiner's fucking mentor.
Yeah.
And this is how you walk and chew gum at the same time. Trump is doing very good things with foreign policy, with our economy, yet you can hold him accountable on this issue for fucking it up.
Yep.
You can hold him accountable for trying to hammer Hawley for getting rid of stock trading. And then Schumer happens to be right on this issue, but every other issue he's wrong on. Mm-hmm. You can walk and chew gum. You don't have to just agree with somebody because they share the same political ideology that you do.
Totally. And by the way, to button this, I agree with Schumer. Yeah, release all this shit. Get all these people out there. Let's go. That's what I really want to see. And that's personally what I voted for. Speaking of gambling, that'll lead us into our next advertiser here, mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with mybookie.com. NFL is back. Can I get a round of applause for that, please, for the NFL? Let's go. Finally. Bob, when the wife and kids go to sleep, we got something to watch. I don't give a fuck that it's the 4th quarter of a preseason football game that is meaningless. I will have money on it. I will be watching it, and I will be gritting my teeth towards the fucking end here. Trey Lance is starting tonight. So where do you go? Spread is 2.5 for the Chargers. Over under is 33.
That's kind of high.
Going the under.
Usually it's 31.
I know. I'm going the under at 33. Now I'm just kind of debating how much money I'm spending on this tonight. Well, the junkie in me that football season is back wants to go big.
Who's starting for the Chargers? Is it Heineke? Oh no, Trey Lance is.
Trey Lance is starting for the Chargers. Okay. I'm sorry, but the Lions have somebody. Is Hendon Hooker starting, Bob?
Yeah, Hooker is. Yeah.
Is he starting?
Well, I don't know if he's starting, but he's the second. He's probably starting.
Yeah, I would guess. I mean, if they're not starting their starters.
You know what's weird is dude, that would be an actually entertaining game.
Those are both pretty high-power offense guys in college.
Who we never really got to see play that much. So, I mean, Hendon Hooker's never played in the NFL because of an ACL. So I'm into this game. And I'm amped. What time is this shit on tonight? 8 o'clock. Let's go, dude. Football's back. Speaking of which, you can bet on NFL Super Bowl odds. First week odds are up as well. Eagles, Cowboys is the opener here. I think it's September 7th, I want to say, or 8th. And Eagles, -7 in that one. I'm going to drop that down 0.5 point. Take the Eagles on that. First week of college football is also up. So is week 0. So college football will be back. August 23rd, the first game is live in Ireland. You can bet on that. Conference wins, championship odds, all that other stuff. Everything's been updated on there. God damn it, we're back, baby. Football's back tonight. Taking that under, 33 points tonight. I'll be watching it like my life depended on it. I love it. I love it. I just love that football's back. I haven't had shit to watch late at night. Bet with us or against us on mybookie.com. Make sure to use that promo code Drinkin Bros to double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Next up, Cash's burn bags. FBI Director Kash Patel, who's been on this show, found a trove of sensitive documents related to the origins of the Trump-Russia probe buried in multiple burn bags in a secret room inside the Bureau. Sources told Fox News Digital also that the burn bag systems is used to destroy documents designated as classified or higher. He said that multiple burn bags were found and filled with thousands of documents, and that one of the documents FBI officials found in a burn bag was the classified annex to former special counsel John Durham's final report, which includes the underlying intelligence he reviewed. The declassification of the classified annex is being done in close coordination between the CIA director, John Ratcliffe, Kash Patel, director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and then obviously AG Pam Bondi and acting National Security Agency Director William Hartman. Those declassified annex will be transmitted to Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley. Is he still alive?
Yeah, apparently.
God damn it, man. Who will ultimately release the document to the public. Sources exclusively briefed Fox News on some of the contents of the classified annex, including that the U.S. intelligence community had credible foreign sources indicating that the FBI would play a role in spreading the alleged Trump-Russia collusion narrative before the Bureau ever launched its controversial Crossfire Hurricane probe.
Yeah, so there's another story down the list here about Soros being involved. I'll just go ahead and cover that now.
Yeah, go ahead. Fire away.
So one of the things, here's some of the bullet points that are going to come out with this information. The Clinton campaign's relationship, there's more emails, and there's some smoke around the Clinton campaign getting involved in ginning this up in order to distract from her email bullshit that was going on.
Okay.
So maybe that's just like an a la carte, like an aside. That's another good reason to do this for her. Or maybe she was involved with Obama. We'll see. Memos in the annex reference, quote, confidential conversations in early 2016 between then DNC Chairman Debbie Wasserman Schultz and senior officials at George Soros' Open Societies Foundation, suggesting coordination on the anti-Trump narrative. So the credible foreign sources indicating the FBI and Obama administration would play a role in spreading the salacious Trump-Russia narrative were allegedly tied to Open Society Foundation. So the key players you're seeing now are right at the top. It's Obama and George Soros.
Yep.
And then Hillary Clinton as well, right, in her campaign. Those are the three primary agents in this, and then they were guiding FBI people, and then the three heads of the three primary intelligence organizations as well, and then the FBI. So this is pretty rough. It's pretty rough. And then in addition to that, a March 2016 memo outlined a Clinton campaign strategy to discredit Trump by alleging ties to Russian organized crime with possible involvement of U.S. intelligence or law enforcement, including the FBI or Christopher Steele. They found a memo from March of 2016 outlining Clinton's campaign strategy to do exactly this.
Yeah.
Okay. The FBI reportedly dismissed the intelligence about Clinton's plan as not credible without taking investigative steps to verify or disprove it, while aggressively pursuing the Trump-Russia probe based on the unverified Steele dossier claims, which the bulk of the intelligence community had already said was bullshit, right? On August 3rd, 2016, then CIA Director John Brennan briefed Obama and Biden and other top officials about the Clinton plan, but the FBI did not act on the CIA's referral. So John Brennan told them that Hillary was up to shit. And they were like, don't worry about it.
John Brennan has always been a piece of shit.
Yeah, but apparently there's a memo that shows that he told Obama, Biden, and other top officials that Clinton had a plan to do this, and the FBI didn't do shit about it afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Obviously, Crossfire Hurricane, the FBI's Trump-Russia investigation launched on July 31st of 2016, relied heavily on unverified information. We already know all that. Grassley called the revelations evidence of one of the biggest political scandals and cover-ups in American history, accusing Obama-era law enforcement intelligence agencies of being weaponized against Trump. I don't think there's any question about that. And then in the broader context, the article lines with other declassifications by Ratcliffe and Gabbard, who claim Obama administration officials manufactured intelligence to push the Trump-Russia collusion narrative despite contradictory evidence. So mere days after this intelligence was collected, ultimately the release of classified annex will lend more credibility to the assertion that there was a coordinated plan inside the U.S. government to help the Clinton campaign stir up controversy connecting Trump to Russia. Mere days after this intelligence was collected, the FBI launched Crossfire Hurricane. It's really hard to see how Brennan, Clapper, and Comey are going to be able to explain this away.
So here's my frustration with all of this. You and I believe this is 100% true, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If you would have came out firing exactly like you said during the campaign, because he promised this too during the campaign, Trump and those guys did, Kash Patel did, all of them. If you would have dropped JFK, MLK, Epstein Files, and then this, great. It would have been the fucking greatest, besides the big beautiful bill, maybe. But even talking to Republican friends of mine, and look, we try to call balls and strikes on the show. I'm aware of everybody's rooting for their team and all that other shit. Let's take the big beautiful bill. It is based over 10 years, and that is under the assumption that J.D. Vance actually gets in there in 28, and then and beyond. Could you execute that bill? Sure. That's a big gamble to take for the next fucking 8 years of this. So, yeah, we still disagree, Dan and I, with the big, beautiful bill. Now, back to this. If they would have dropped all of this shit right in a row, everybody could have got behind this story right now, because there is so many questions surrounding this Epstein shit that is still out there that we played earlier with Chuck Schumer and everybody else and everybody pressing for these files, including us on the Republican side. I don't think people really believe this, and this is not really a big story still to me. Do you feel like this is a big story? Like, I see it on Fox News. I do not see this on CNN, obviously. I do not see this on MSNBC. And I certainly don't see it on nightly news on ABC, CBS, or what's the other one? Fox? No, not Fox. ABC, CBS, and what's the fucking third one? NBC, yeah. NBC does not cover this either. So no one is covering this story other than Fox News right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. The timing is not what everybody would have wanted it to be, I suppose, but things do take time. As a matter of fact, just part of this disclosure is that Kash and his team found another skiff inside the FBI headquarters that nobody knew about.
Currently?
Yes.
Okay.
Not that it was operational with them, obviously, because they would have known if they'd been using it. But apparently, there was another skiff that was unreported inside of the FBI headquarters.
Interesting.
That was being used. Like, there's only one reason to set something like that up, and that's to have only inner circle people come and do stuff, right? And if it's a skiff that's not on the official register, then you're not going to have logins and logouts, right? You're not going to have people keying into it or whatever the fuck. So there's not going to be a record of any of that shit. So, it's weird. It looks like there was a parallel branch of government running inside of our government, doing a bunch of weird shit. And it's going to take some time to unpack it. And everybody's going to be very suspicious about any of the results, because the idea of finding a burn bag with information from 2016 in it in 2025 is a bit hard to believe.
It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. And then where was it? It was just happened to be lying around the office?
That I don't know, but it's very possible that, somebody who wanted to be a whistleblower but didn't want the heat did it, printed out all the docs and just left them somewhere to be found later. Who knows?
Potentially. What I'll say is this. Me personally, let's start with the JFK files. I was satisfied with that. I got all the answers I fucking needed after I read it. I think the reason why it hasn't been a massive national story is it was what we all assumed. MLK, those docs, They haven't specifically said the CIA was trying to kill him yet, I think. Like, those docs haven't been released on that side, but I think both of us believe that was the case, right? It was our own government?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. And I think...
I think the government, I think it's the same thing that happened with JFK. The CIA was playing around with some Marxist people and didn't realize how dangerous it could get. In the same way they played around with Ted Kaczynski and put a bunch of fucking acid in his dome for years while he was a teenager at Harvard, and he went on and started mailing letter bombs to people, and so on and so forth. There's so many examples of the CIA fucking up and then sending predators out into the wild to fucking kill people not on purpose. I don't think I don't think anybody believes, for the most part, unless you're like deep into conspiracies, that Ted Kaczynski was sent out there on purpose to kill somebody. I think they lost control of somebody that they fucked up. That's what I think. And I think it's probably true to some degree with MLK and JFK's assassins as well. And, as far as RFK, I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen any real evidence on that.
RFK, I have no idea.
The CIA wants you. The fucking South Park did an episode on this where the conspiracy was the conspiracy. They wanted you to believe that it was conspiracy to show how fucking in charge they are. But the CIA is incompetent. That's the real story. They fucking suck at everything.
Now, let's take the MLK thing. So, and I've said this on the show in the past. My father actually interviewed James Earl Ray in prison. I think there's 18 hours I have sitting in my house. And I've also got the letters back and forth from the prison to my father on this. He stood by it. There was that Fox show that came out where the King family said, "Hey, let's." That was during the height of the OJ shit. Remember, If I Did It, and they went live. They had a fake trial and all that other shits, and they said, "Yeah, we don't think this guy did it." And the King family acknowledged that. They said, "We don't think James Earl Ray did it either. We think it was the government who planned that." Even if that story comes out, I think none of us will be shocked by it. God damn it, man. If he just would have dropped this Epstein shit along with this, and then you got into this story, great. We would have been on board for the entire thing. But this is getting buried, and the only place that's playing this is Fox right now. It really is. And I try to pay attention to all the networks. Fox is the only one that is actually covering this, and both you and I believe this is true as well, along with all the other four. So the RFK thing, I lean toward the government, but I haven't really given it too much thought. Have you?
Who knows?
Was he the favorite that year, Bob? I know you guys...
Yeah, he would have easily won.
Presidency in, what, 68? Was it 68? I believe it was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So it wouldn't shock me if our own government was behind that too. But, when you miss one thing, though, it makes it hard, especially one big thing like this, and you fuck it up this bad, it makes the American public distrust the rest of the shit. And that's what sucks.
Yeah, I think... I don't know if I would say it was just the U.S. government. I think it's probably some collusion, just like we see with this Russia thing. It's probably somebody like Soros or maybe himself, right? Plus government person, plus government leader. That's probably the more likely scenario.
I'll tell you what, too. Here's what I'll do. On Patreon. If you subscribe to Drinkin Bros podcast on Patreon, I will scan those letters from James Earl Ray from prison and put them up on Patreon. We'll just leave it at the normal, what is it, $5 or whatever it is for the month? I'll put those up on Patreon over the weekend. I will scan them and put them up so you guys can read them. Because back then, it was like Andy Dufresne in Shawshank. They used a typewriter. So they let inmates use a typewriter in the library. So I forget how many letters I still have. I've got all the tapes. I don't know how to transcode those cassette tapes, though. That was... old school, where it was just, you had to walk in there with those huge cassettes and fucking record it.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a place around here that transcribes that, but I can put those letters up on Patreon for sure. And the signatures and all that other shit and let you read them. I forget how many in total are sitting there. That was from the dead father, by the way. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm saving them because I don't know what to do. I wonder what that's worth someday, but, if this story drops, we'll see. But I'll put those up on Patreon over the weekend, and we can give them a little look-sees. I haven't opened up that shoebox in a while, but that'll be fun. Next up, advertiser-wise, firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. I'm holding up the microfactors right now. we're going early this morning, so this typically is when I take them. I usually come to the gym before I come into work, drop the kids off at school or at camp during the summers, and then pop into work. And yeah, I take these every single day. Whenever listeners are in the studio, they're always shocked where they see me either down on a shot of Ketone IQ before the show starts, taking the First Form vitamins, all the other shit, and they're like, man, you really do use the shit you talk about. Yes. If I didn't, dude, we would be liars of like, hey, man, go and buy this shit if it wasn't the best there is. First Form truly is that company. This is the best supplement company on the planet. We'll start with the microfactors. What I love is it takes the guesswork out of vitamins. I was one of those people who had like 6 jars of shit. I don't know. My wife says I'm not getting enough vitamin D and some other bullshit, zinc and iron or whatever the doctor said. And I was like, cool, man. I don't feel like parceling this up and reordering 9 different jars every month. This takes the guesswork out of vitamins and just does it for you. It's got the big 6 in it: antioxidants, CoQ10s, multivitamins, fruits and veggies, EFAs, and the probiotics to get everything kind of moving every single day. This is the bag right here. There's 30 of them in every single box. When the month is over, you order a new box. Congratulations, you start over. That way you're not ordering 6 different bottles of shit and then trying to do it on your own. I love these guys, but they're not just a supplement company as far as vitamins go. They also have protein. Dan, tell us about it. You got 9 bars in your desk right now.
Yeah, I'm going on a trip. I'm going to do Alex Stein's show tonight, so you should go to his YouTube page and subscribe.
In Dallas?
Yeah.
With the Blaze, right?
But anytime I travel, I pack up
We all do.
a bunch of these just in case I get hungies on the plane. And those Philistines refuse to give me anything.
Are you flying to Dallas? You son of a bitch, dude. You're not doing that drive?
No.
Man, I do the drive. I don't want to sit in the airport all fucking day. We travel so much. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm not like, I don't have a, what do you call it? I'm not checking anything. So it's just like,
Oh, you're right.
I just go right through security.
It's like a 30-minute flight. Yeah, you're good to go. I love Alex Stein. What time is that live?
Hang on, let me check the email.
Can you put it on Twitter, on Drinkin Bro's Twitter tonight, so everybody can watch it?
I don't.
He's one of our favorites.
I might be able to share it. I don't have to look.
Behind the scenes, we really like Alex Stein.
You can always just retweet it. You know?
Yeah, the interview starts at 6 p.m.
Well, I don't know if he goes live on Twitter. That's the only thing.
I think it's only on his YouTube page, but the interview starts at 6 p.m. Central and ends at 7 p.m. Central.
Okay.
Give or take, yeah, so that's it.
Because I know he's got a Patreon thing too, so if it's on actual YouTube, then yes, we can actually put the link on Twitter and everything else. So if he's going live on YouTube, watch it. What time are you guys getting kicked off tonight?
6 p.m. Central.
Okay, great. So that's 7 p.m. East Coast time. Tune into that. He's been a buddy of ours for years. Really funny, genuine, smart guy behind the scenes, by the way. I always enjoy when we go to the Blaze and have conversations with him. He's also a big First Form guy as well. He loves their energy drinks and all that other shit. And he's like, yo, tell First Form to sponsor the show. And I was like, all right, cool, Alex. I'll hit him up. But yeah, you got all the bars over there. Birthday cake, peanut butter and jelly, chocolate peanut butter pretzel, peanut butter lovers, strawberry smash cake. God, they're all fucking good. And then their powders are back across the board. Cookies and cream is not only a new bar, they've got the powder, which you see on screen right there. Their energy drinks are lights out across the board. This is one of the best companies on the planet. Go to firstform.com/Drinkin Bros today. It's First Form spelled with a 1. That is 1 STPHORM. Firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. Free shipping on orders over $100 there. Next up, we got more propaganda from the New York Times. New York Times has appended a story it published last week containing a shocking image of a child purportedly suffering from starvation in Gaza with an editor's note Tuesday. The note informs readers that Mohammed Zakaria, sure, that's what we'll go with there, at Mudawak. Are we doing that to me today?
I don't know.
Early
what that
in the
is.
morning, dude, you're going to do this to me today? Mudawak? Dan writes the fake news every day. The Gazan boy diagnosed with severe malnutrition and pictured in the article also suffers from pre-existing health problems. We recently ran a story about Gaza's most vulnerable civilians, including Mohammed, who is about 18 years old and suffers from severe malnutrition. The spokesperson for the outlet said in a statement, "We have since learned from new information, including from the hospital that treated him and his medical records, and have updated our story to add context about his pre-existing health problems." The spokesman continued, "This additional detail gives readers a greater understanding of the situation." Bob, is that the picture on the screen right there? Yeah. Okay. So, with all this fucking bullshit, man, now this, by the way, was the top story last night on the news channels that I was mentioning earlier. ABC News, David Muir, and all these other guys ran with this story, NBC News, and then CBS as well. These videos, I don't know if you've seen them, but they stitched them together last night on the news of all these kids that are purportedly dying of starvation, have been countered by the U.S. and Israel. And I wanted to chat with you about this because there's drone footage of food and aid going directly into Gaza, and then it's being stopped. And it appears as if Hamas and the leaders there are taking the food from their own people and using it for their armies or whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, you can see there's a video on Twitter of the of members of Hamas stealing like giant trucks full of supplies and driving off away from them as the citizens of Gaza kind of stand there like, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't. The first casualty of war is always the truth. I'm sure that plenty of the things that people accuse Israel of are true. This one is not. And, I also want to say that siege warfare is a completely legitimate form of warfare. Siege warfare is you have an embedded, entrenched enemy who refuses to come out and continues to try to attack you. So you cut off their supply lines and starve them out or smoke them out or whatever it is. This is war. I don't know. I sincerely don't understand people who don't have any understanding of what the laws of armed conflict are. There's one, and this whole genocide thing, which is one of the things I'll be talking about on Alex's show tonight. This whole genocide thing is absolutely nonsense. There's only one definition of genocide. It's a legal definition. It's an academic and moral and doctrinal definition. All of these things. It's established by the Genocide Convention of 1948 and operationalized in the Rome Statute of 1998. It should be the same in the public opinion as it is in the court of law. People need to learn and understand this and stop saying words that they don't understand. If you're actively involved in fostering or encouraging, and this is a quote from my buddy Brian Cox, by the way, if you're actively involved in fostering or encouraging an quote academic or moral version that doesn't align precisely with the doctrinal legal version, then you're a fucking idiot, basically, right? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Marjorie Taylor Greene was talking about how it's a genocide today or yesterday or some shit. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Right? This is dangerously inflammatory language being used about a situation that you don't understand. The people who do understand the law of armed conflict know that this is not a fucking genocide. It's my buddy Jeremy Stamper, who's a really good Twitter follow, just a piece of shit troll. He said the other day that Israelis are letting the population of Gaza grow so that they can do genocide on more people. You see, I mean, it's obviously satire. That's not a thing. If the fucking population is growing, then it's not a genocide. So yeah, these people need to shut the fuck up, to be honest. And then the other part of it is, like, just a deep misunderstanding of how politics works in the Middle East. There's no such thing as a fucking, even at the economic level, and dudes who have deployed will know this, there's no such thing as a product with a price tag. Everything is debatable, right? Yeah. To include the truth. So it's like, you go in and there's like 2 DVDs for $100. And you're like, I'll give you 10. And they're like, how about 20? I'm like, all right, cool, right? That's how it works there. It's the same way that it works with their fucking news. It's all propaganda. And everybody knows it too. It's like it's Kentucky. It's informational Kentucky windage, and everybody knows it. So if somebody,
I don't think they do because
no, the people that live there.
Oh, yes, the people that live there do, but the
people that
news
live
footage
there
that we're seeing, they don't know.
No, well, they choose not to. They know.
I think they do too.
No, they choose.
I think
not
they
to.
do too.
So when you go to when you're trusting like the Palestinian fucking humanitarian groups, they just say crazy shit all the time that's verifiably untrue. Like this, for example. Where do you think this documentation came from of this sick little kid that has nothing to do with what's going on between Israel and Gaza right now? No, but of course, the third and final part of it is that the Western media is more than happy to hate Jews. And anything that supports their hatred of Jews is true. It has to be, because that's my worldview. And this is the position you find yourself in when you align too much with an ideology and stop thinking for yourself. Mm-hmm. It's just absolute nonsense, right? So, during parts of this, I'm going to be critical of Israel when they're doing things that I don't really care for. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that bombing things in a city, there's probably a better way to doing that. And if you try and do it, and people start clacking off suicide bombs, then you got to fucking light them up. That's the way it is, right? Yep. So try first. If they start clacking off bombs, you got to light them up. What you're seeing right now is somebody started a war, and they got their shit pushed in.
Yep.
And they're clamoring for the international community to fucking save them. No, I'm sorry, dude. That's not how life works.
No, and you started the war.
Yeah, you're the one that fucked up, and now you're paying the consequences for it. And it's not great, and it's contentious only because Israel's involved. Only.
Right.
So like if Morocco had invaded or launched that kind of attack, same groups, I guess generally people, Catholic Spaniards, and Arabic Moroccans. If Morocco launched some kind of fucking suicide attack into Spain, Spain would fuck them up.
Yep.
And maybe the entire EU would fuck them up, right? And nobody would say a goddamn word about it. Nobody would be saying genocide this or genocide that. People were like, no, you started a war and you got your fucking shit pushed in. That's what really happened, right? So, I think I think people are ignorant. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to the laws of armed conflict and stuff like that. And you can run your fucking suckhole all you want to about, fucking Palestinian displacement back in fucking it's been 100 fucking years. Mm-hmm. Get your shit together. You were given billions of dollars in 15 years to develop an economy. Instead, you dug war tunnels and fucking put weapons inside them and then put your people on top of them. So fuck you. I don't want to hear this shit anymore.
I don't either. And I said the same thing last night when I was watching this with David Muir on the news. And I go, first of all, the only people that would really understand this are people who have actually been in war. Second of all, as a civilian watching this happen with 9/11, if you get attacked, you're going and attack that brutally, like those 1,700 people that were killed at a festival and kids and women were raped and all that other shit. They're going scorched earth on this fucking country. I'm sorry. I don't have sympathy for this fucking country that started the war. So I don't give a shit. Lastly on this, the images going around on social media that they're propping up and they're even being played in the news, a lot of this shit is fake. So, Bob, go to your Twitter here. I just sent you a handful of examples that have been verified here. So let's start with that vivid one first. The photo of the woman with the pots. There we go. So these photographers have been seen overhead taking photos over and over and over again, telling them to look sad and everything else and dirty. They're rubbing dirt on their face. I've seen it. I've seen the fucking videos. As you can see in this one, there's two women laughing at the top right here where they're like, at this point, it was like take 400 of this. And they were like, we need more photos. We need more photos. Go down to the second one in your Twitter feed here, Bob. So once Hamas was stealing the supplies, it's the airdrop video there. Once they figured out, hey, they were blocking the gates, they were stealing the supplies and everything else. Israel, and I know U.S. had some funding in this, we're like, all right, we'll start flying in the shipments right here to try to beat this standoff at the gate that's been happening for a couple weeks over there. So people are trying. You don't just drop this shit and be like, well, we're not trying to help these people with some form of humanitarian aid. I don't buy that fucking story either. And then if you go down to the next one, This is another video inside a hospital where they're doing multiple takes, like Hollywood, by the way. This was a guy who was apparently injured. And then look at this. They're saying, hey, dude, we need better video of this. So if you could lie back down, it'd be great. Also, we need to fix this head bandage and put more blood on you here. And you're just like, the guy's fucking fine. With that shit, the next one is the sickest, in my opinion. If you go down there, yeah, right there. So they're making this kid, and you can see them holding videos. Hey, we need you to walk in this direction. We're going to post it on social media and say that they're starving out the children of Gaza. And look at how they're framing it, you know? And they're like, great, you got it? Awesome. Do we have the footage? Moving on. And then they just leave the fucking kid. Where did the kid go there? You just standing there? This is the next one. So this one, they used multiple takes and had the kid walk across. And they're like, hey, bro, we need you to look super sad and super starved. And then once we have the shot, see you later. We don't really give a fuck about it anymore. And that's what's going on, by the way, on both sides. Israel's done the same shit as well. I think when to some of those hospital footages.
Well, Israel claimed that 50 babies got their heads cut off, and that just didn't happen.
And so that's the last video I have for you, Bob. So if you push this one up here and pop it on screen, a lot of these are using fake babies for these images, and you can see them all together here. Where they're, zooming in, and these kids are dying, and they need help, and all this other shit. They're fake. It's just rubber dolls here at this point. So, yeah, man, everybody's doing videos. And I think this one guy has been seen in 12 different videos. It's the same guy holding the baby in different parts of the country with rubble behind him and wherever else. This guy, he just pops up wherever, man. They're like, hey, dude, we just got bombed over here. How far away? A mile. Grab the rubber baby, wrap him up, and we need to get some video over there where the fucking bomb building was.
Yeah. This is the lesson here is that people die in wars, so don't start one that you can't win. That's real simple, folks.
That's it. That's all that there is. So I don't have that much sympathy for Gaza or anybody else. Why we have to support all these fucking people and shit doesn't really make any sense.
I mean, nobody would have been fucking pining for the American colonies had they gotten their shit pushed in by Britain.
No. Would anybody have sent us any foreign aid or?
Well, a lot of people sent us foreign aid at the time.
Did they really?
Yeah, France let us use their navy to some degree. They were pretty late, but they wanted to see how it was going to go first, to be fair. But, and then in the early days, Holland gave us quite a bit of money. I think it was a loan. It wasn't permanent or anything, but yeah, we got a little help from France in that, but it wasn't like if the U.S. colonies had lost, nobody would have sent anything because then they would have been sending it back to Britain, essentially.
Yeah.
So, no, it's...
so, what? Sorry. I'm sure you saw this shit overseas. What was it like when you were there? I'm sure you walked through those villages and all the other shits. Now, this was pre-social media, so nobody's filming everything right in front of your face. But, I mean, did you see or hear claims like that from villagers and things that were coming up to you saying, I need X, Y, and Z because they've taken everything from me?
I mean, so, daily some asshole would walk up to our front gate and say, hey, you killed my nephew or husband or something. I need $200. It's like, well, we weren't. Like, where was it? Show me on the map where it was. Right here. Like, yeah, we weren't there. So you're full of shit.
Would you guys have given them the $200?
Yeah.
Really? No shit. So did they have people with cash who were like, hey, man, we made a mistake. Here's $200.
All the time, yeah.
Really? And that's war. So if you're out there and you're on the fucking news, why not interview guys like this? That's it. It's pretty fucking simple. If you want the real fucking answers, because I didn't know this shit. And it's easy for me because I'm on a fucking show with them every day. So I don't understand why it's so goddamn hard. Next up, what the fuck, Cincinnati? Jesus Christ. A city councilwoman in Cincinnati is under fire for comments posted on Facebook in the wake of the brutal beatdown downtown last weekend that we showed on Monday's fake news. Under a post from a Facebook user called Leona Aaliyah La Jakanen. Is that a real name? Come on, man. Are we just We're still in consonants around here now. That shows the vicious assault in account that appears to belong to Councilwoman Victoria Parks. Commented, they begged for that beat down. I'm grateful for the whole story. The comment links back to a Facebook account for Victoria Parks, who lists her job title as City Council member of the City of Cincinnati government. Whoopsies. Just reading the name here, I kind of have a guess on what race it is. So we have a picture of this woman. Is she in there?
I'm sure you could look her name up.
Yeah, look her name up. We've got the time. Leohna is the first name. Leona. I guess the H is soft.
She's black.
You don't say. That was Bob. That was just me guessing, and I had no knowledge whatsoever of this. Facebook page has posts dating back several years, most relating to work experience. Parks appears to have a second Facebook page as well, which last posted on May 27th. A third account. She's deep, dude. She's got some burners. She's got more burners than Kevin Durant. A third account last posted that was updated on 2022 also appears to belong to Parks. The comments sparked on an online firestorm with a screenshot of the post being circulated widely. Cincinnati Councilwoman Victoria Parks must resign immediately. Defending violent criminals who viciously beat innocent people is disgusting. Ohio's 39th District State Representative Phil Plummer said on X, her words, they begged for it. That beatdown are outrageous. Prosecutors must charge the attackers with a hate crime. We must protect our streets. In other news, Cincinnati Police Chief, who is inexplicably female, blamed the bartender for over-serving people. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, she was like, no matter who threw a punch on either side or whatever, we're going to investigate, including the bartender, because alcohol is clearly involved. Like, shut the fuck up.
Are you kidding? Play this video first.
No, it's like 2 hours long.
This one is?
No, it's like 3 minutes, but it's like, look at her fucking stupid fucking face. How is this person in charge of anything?
Oh boy. Because, what do you? This is a fucking liberal city. What do you expect?
She's an incompetent turd, which is no surprise considering the mayor and the city council
Many
also
woke up Saturday morning to the video. The incident occurred. We got our first call at 3:06 a.m. First officers were on the scene at 3:12 a.m. Based on the body cam footage that I've watched, that response time is completely acceptable because the downtown area still had traffic congestion from all of the events. Upon arrival, the fight was over with. The fight was over with when the officers arrived. And the majority of the participants were gone. The officers did exactly what they are trained to do. They gathered information from the victims that were still at the scene to complete an offense report.
God damn, she's really making a meal of this.
I will tell you, at this time, we have victims and suspects identified, and we have charged 5 people in this offense. I'm not going to release that information to you. I will
Why not?
say, if
Why not release
individuals
the
were down
5
there
that you
and
arrested?
participated in this event, it would be in their best interest to come turn themselves in at one of our police districts. We have 5 we have charged and anticipate more.
Oh, you can cut this off now. This woman clearly would take a fucking hour to read the Cat in the Hat book. Like, I can't watch that anymore. This whole story fucking sucks. Do I believe her? The police got there in time? Yes, I do. I've been in Cincinnati many, many times. And yeah, a fight breaks out. Fight usually lasts roughly 2 to 3 minutes tops in any fucking situation.
I mean, the only time cops are present at a fist fight is if they were already there when it started.
Right.
Like, the response time is like 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fight is over in 8 minutes. No fight lasts that long.
No.
If it does, I mean, that'd be a pretty good brawl.
And
but-
working in a bar district, and I know exactly where this is at, there typically is cops on patrol out there. However, if there's a fist fight, it's going to take you 2 to 3 minutes to get there. I have no doubt the police showed up there on time, and then clearly they got these 5 suspects in under 24 hours. They did their fucking job. But blaming this on any other shit beyond that, the over-serving in a fucking bar, dude, just having worked at bars, the amount of times that a lawyer or a lawsuit would happen if somebody got a DUI, got in a fight, got fucked up, they would come back to our bar and say, your bartender's overserved them. We want to sue you. And then we would have to turn in the security footage and be like, no. And I'll say this, for most bartenders everywhere, and this just happened to me 2 fucking nights ago. When I was out, there's a bar up the street, a local sports bar. It's the only place that's open here. It was with Max and Michael. And we waited an hour until this thing was closed because they closed at like 10 o'clock. This guy fell off his fucking bar stool onto the floor. First thing the bartender says was, I'm cutting you off and get your fucking friend out of here. Even though it's in a small town in Dripping Springs, for Christ's sakes, bartenders do this shit all the time because they know the fucking risk of it. I do not believe anybody in that video was overserved that night whatsoever. It looked like a pure, straight-up hate crime on camera. Arrest those people. Let's move the fuck on. Charge them the way they need to be properly charged.
I mean, I don't remember seeing you. I certainly have ever seen this video at this point. I don't remember seeing people like sloppily falling down.
Me neither.
They were fucking winding up and cranking people in the fucking head.
And they had the mental acuity to videotape all of it. So like shit, it couldn't have been that fucked up. But that cop out of the bar overserved them. Jesus Christ. I mean, you guys have been chucked out of bars. Bob and Delco. Isn't that how you met?
Yeah, but Bob...
Didn't Bob save Delco's life?
No, Bob gets thrown out of bars for performing like theater shit. And everybody's like, dude, you got to stop.
But because he takes the bottle caps of Bud Light and he puts them on his shoes and tap dances.
He starts singing about fucking Les Mis and shit.
Yeah,
like, hey,
and that I understand.
Take your shit, John, and get the fuck out.
But what I heard...
They can't throw me out because if they don't want that, I leave voluntarily.
Exactly.
If you don't want that beauty in your bar...
Sorry.
I don't want to be there.
But you don't deserve Bob's performance. But didn't you save Delco's life the first night you guys met?
I mean, that's highly romanticized the way he looks at it.
Bob said he saved your life, dude, and cradled you like a baby and saved you from getting beaten to death by the bouncers.
It's not true. I was holding on to the rail and the bouncer couldn't move me.
Bob?
He was just drunk and going to get thrown out. He wasn't going to get his shit kicked in, but I convinced him to let him stay for a while.
You told me you carried him out of there like it was Backdraft the movie.
Like it was the last helicopter out of Vietnam.
Yeah, dude, that you fucking gumped him, dude, and he was like Bubba in your arms that night. And you got him out of there and saved his life.
Nah, bouncer couldn't even move me.
Well, Bob?
What? No, the bouncer couldn't move. I was like, let's go, dude.
He's got a sturdy base.
You do have a sturdy base. You got tree trunk legs. I don't know how. You'd be a tough one to pull out of there, to be honest with you. I have never seen legs that thick that wasn't like a professional athlete of some sort. So yeah, you'd be a tough one to move from the bar. That part I believe. These guys in the video, no, they didn't have the legs that Delco has. Does that sound sexual? Maybe. Do I care? No, because I've said on the show in the past, I'm 18% gay. All right? So fuck off. Next up, sponsor-wise, got AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros. Prices for the last few years been high because of Jerome Powell. He refuses to move the fucking interest rates yet again yesterday. God damn, this tees up right into this fucking thing here. And look, with the interest rates this high, that means credit cards can't move, cars can't move, houses can't move, all that other shit. So you're taking the best of the worst evil, I guess, if you want to say that, and that's houses. You can take equity out of your house to pay off your credit cards. We've all had to reach for credit cards to pay off bills, myself included. I've used these guys 3 fucking times. Super easy, man. They're licensed in all 50 states. They're family owned. All you do is call them, and they don't charge you for an upfront fee, or they don't take a credit card, or any of that bullshit to find out how much you can save. They're literally just seeing if they can help you out. They usually run your credit and shit like that, and then boom, you can take it out of your house. So those credit cards that are 20 to 30%, or some of these car payments that are fucking high. Your house, if you're a homeowner out there, is right around 7.5% right now to 8%. That's how you're saving money out of that. Just take whatever you can and then pay that off. On average, their customers are saving $800 a month, and it is literally all in interest charges. That's it. Your credit cards will fucking burn you, dude. Americans are trapped right now because the Fed rates haven't moved in 3 years, so it's been fucking tough, dude. And American Financing is out there to help you. If you're out there and you're struggling with some of these credit cards, I just read a report on Drudge the other day. I think this is a record right now for credit card debt in America. This is a simple way, if you own a house, to try to knock that down and take care of it. Everybody who went through tax season saw it. We're going through it now, bitching about it, trying to get rid of this interest. AmFi is a great place for it. Go to AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros today. Look at that. They got a beefy picking me up there. I think that's where we were in Wilmington. Maybe some of that Anavar was involved back then, whatever, man. But they'll help you out, and you can just call them too. You can call them at 866-887-2275. That's 866-887-2275, or AmericanFinancing.net/Drinkin Bros. Their Better Business Bureau disclaimer is NMLS 182334. You can check them out at nmlsconsumeraccess.org to make sure they're on the up and up. Also, they've got like hundreds of thousands of Google reviews, so they're lights out. You can check those too. If you need that help right now, they're there. And shit, they were open up late. Last time I called them was like at 7:30 at night when I got off work, and they were up working, dude. Somebody answered the phone, so I was like, holy shit, let's fucking rock. They're here to help out. Next up, Dems on the run. Texas Democrats are preparing to flee the state to prevent Republicans from passing a key redistricting plan that threatens Democrats' ability to retake the House of Representatives in 2026. The strategy of Texas Democrats is to prevent Republicans from having the necessary quorum of lawmakers to pass a redistricting plan, aka I think you're calling it gerrymandering usually on the news.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Taking such drastic measures would come at a cost. However, as the state rules impose a $500 fine for each day a lawmaker absconds from the legislature. Nevertheless, lawmakers in the states have already started shoring up funds to cover that expense, according to the Texas Tribune. So this one I actually know, and I'm pretty tapped into. Yes, the redistricting plan is in place. Bob, there's a map too, if you want to pull it up.
It's pretty easy to find.
Yeah, just Google it real quick, and you can pop it up on screen here. If you want the honest answer, man, I can give you the behind-the-scenes stitch on this one. So California is currently trying to do the same thing, which would add 5 seats to California. Texas is trying to do it to add 5 seats to Texas, and that way it would kind of even out. But a lot of states are trying to do this because right now the House is so fucking narrow. What is it, 4 seats? I think 5 seats? Republicans
it's close, yeah.
It's very close.
I think it's the smallest margin ever.
It is. And so because California is trying to do it, Texas is trying to do it, and if you think this $500 fine means dick to these guys, it sure doesn't. They can just dip into these war chests and pay that every goddamn day, for Christ's sake. So, no. the seats are worth more than the $500 a day.
Yeah, well, he wants to... Paxton wants to have him arrested. I don't know what the legal situation there is. But Texas is a pretty heavily gerrymandered state already.
See, have you seen Crenshaw's district, by the way?
Yeah, it's
it goes like in a U shape, almost like a horseshoe for a horse.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So I don't know if people are complaining about California and how it's gerrymandered. Texas is gerrymandered too. We can keep doing this, I guess.
I guess, but if you really look at it, and here's the honest truth, balls and strikes wise, Texas and California are the 2 biggest states. Therefore, they can get more seats. It's not like Delaware or fucking Rhode Island can. These, though, you can add and flip back and forth. Once California did it, Texas is trying to match it, vice versa. This will go on forever. Is that Crenshaw's district?
So this is the current Houston districts, or I guess whatever, some of them, and then this is how they want to redraw it.
We'll look at the Houston one, right? Isn't that Crenshaw's?
Both of these are Houston. Crenshaw is, let me see what he's either 18 or 29.
I think he's 18th, and which is why you see that going all the way around. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, 29th might be Jasmine Crockett's district. So
No, Jasmine Crockett is in Dallas.
Oh, she is. I'm sorry. You're right. She is in Dallas.
So Crenshaw is actually second district. Let me look up second district.
Yeah,
His map
find that
actually
one.
got a lot better.
Well, then I'll retract that because I don't want another cease and desist from that motherfucker.
They did fix his district a little bit, I think.
They did? Okay.
Yeah. So this is what it used to be.
Yes.
This one
Yeah,
right
see that
here?
horseshoe right there? Yeah, which is really fucking odd.
Yeah, and now this is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
This is a lot more normal, but I'm sure still drawn in some way, as every state with a majority does.
Yes, they all do it. They all do it. Am I shocked? No. Do I think Texas has the worst state politicians I've ever lived in besides California? Yeah, I do. California is number one with a bullet. Texas is number two. In my opinion. I mean, we had Harrison on. I love that guy. There's a couple other guys that I like here. I hate Wheelchair. I hate Paxton. Someone else is running, though, for governor in Texas. And they've asked for us to get him on the show. Were you tagged in this on social media?
No.
It's a veteran. Shit. If I can find it, I will send it to you here. Fuck. Because I was going to say the listener's name as well, but I believe there is a veteran who is also running for governor. Just Google search it, Bob, real quick, and find it. I guess there's a shit ton of messages on my goddamn thing here. Apologies, but I would love just get all these guys out of there. I hate Cornyn. Is Cornyn out as well? Did he?
He's retiring,
Thank
allegedly.
God. Okay, get that fucking guy out of here. Do you like Paxton?
I don't really know much about the guy, to be honest.
He's got Bob.
Like
he's got
had
a shit ton of smoke. That guy.
He's had some legal smoke on him, but I think
he got out of it.
Yeah, I think for the most part, politically, he's been okay.
And this is just local shit that I see in the local news here. So for the most part, I know he's been really big down here trying to get weed out of there. So that HB3 thing that we passed, because Mood.com is one of our sponsors. Promo code Drinkin Bros for 20% off there because I'll still support these guys. Here's why I'm saying that. Is Wheelchair rightfully, he's only done a couple things right. The border and then vetoing that is pretty much it for him. He vetoed that weed ban where you could grow and ship and sell it in stores and everything else. Bob, look up Paxton. He has reintroduced a bill.
I think it's Dan Patrick.
Patrick? Okay.
Yeah, Paxton is the AG. He wouldn't be involved in that.
Look it up, dude, because I believe he supports it. There was Paxton, I want to say, came out the other day and say he supports it. Most people support this fucking ban on marijuana here in our Texas legislative, and I don't really get it. Again, it would cost 54,000 jobs.
Yeah, he is against. He wants
Paxton,
to.
right?
He wants to ban THC.
Yes. So Paxton wants to ban THC. So does the other guy and all this other shit. I hate these fuckers. This story isn't surprising. Yeah, they're going to try to match what California does because there's the most seats. That's it. Population-wise, two biggest states in the nation. And then check your own at home for your own home states. I'm sure those are drawn up very similar, right? And this little dance will go on forever. That's how Kinzinger lost. Adam Kinzinger in Illinois, remember that?
Yep.
They redrew his district, and he was like, shit, I'm fucked.
Well, districts get redrawn all the time after censuses, I believe, right, Dan?
Yes.
But this is a special redistricting that Texas is doing. I believe this has nothing.
All they're doing is countering California. And it's like, okay, cool, man. So this is going to go on forever. But the local politics here are a goddamn train wreck in this state. And, man, on both sides, by the way, Republicans and Democrats. Because there's, surprisingly, a lot of fucking Democrats in there. Shit. Every major city is, right? San Antonio, Austin.
I mean, most people live in cities, so.
Yeah, Dallas and Houston.
They're
all blue.
There's going to be a lot of Democrats.
Yeah, they're all blue.
Well, the reason for that is because, the longer you live in the city, the dumber you get. You know what I mean? Like the less connected to reality you are, and the more dependent on government you are. So you'll just inexorably vote for whomever offers you the most, which you should be the most suspicious of the person who's on the campaign trail offering you the most stuff. You should be like, nope, that guy's not a good person.
Yeah, dude.
You should be offering decentralization. Otherwise, you're a piece of shit.
Piece of shit. So, again, balls and strikes on this show. The Texas bullshit isn't great. Neither is the California shit. Like, it all fucking sucks. And the people never benefit, and we are the people. All right, now's the point of the show. We get to the Drinkin Bro of the week. You could submit on drinkinbros.com. Bob, pull up that site real quick. Those shirts are selling well there, dude. They're a limited release. These are only 100 a piece, and you can submit for Drinkin Bro of the week on there. Go to those Snap shirts. We're gonna have this. We're trying to get the CEO on
He's
next
booked.
month. Oh, he's booked. Good.
Let's see when.
I'm a ginormous fan of that guy. As long as Kevin, remember Kevin was on the show. Kevin's got these shirts as well. These are the only Snap shirts that I own.
Which Kevin?
Kevin from Harbor, the baby mothers.
Oh yeah.
Kevin's the fucking best.
Oh
man.
yeah, Ed Snaps. He's on August 27th.
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
great. I love this company. I love the other company. These are the only dress shirts that I own. So I reached out and I said, hey, dude, can we just do like a limited run with you guys? So we get 100 Drinkin Bros shirts. These are dress shirts, so yes, they're going to be a little pricier, but they last for fucking ever. And then Hard AF, go to the Hard AF Seltzer one as well. Dan and I, wear these out to every business meeting and all this other shit, and a lot of our employees wear these. These are unbelievably nice dress shirts. We're only doing 100 a piece. That is it. And then the Bro Box this month is a fucking banger, dude. Do we know when those ship out? Do people, we still have time, right?
They'll start shipping tomorrow. Yeah, you
Okay,
can
great.
you can purchase it up until the 15th, I think, of the month.
Okay.
But the supplies, especially when we do special shit like this, you might be waiting a while if you don't order early because it gives.
Yeah, it'll take
brand-
a couple extra weeks, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. But this one fucking rocks. The shirt is a little wink, wink nod to everything that's going on with Epstein right now. You're going to get the same looks in public where it's like, fuck. And it doesn't matter what party you're on for this one. You'll be like, we know what's going on. And then the gift it's just fucking awesome, dude. The way the brand's been able to pull this shit off, he fucking rocks. So shout out to Brandon Ickert if you're listening right now. But you can also submit on Drinkin Bros, the app. It is available on iTunes and Android. So go to the app stores. It's free. You can post there. Mike88, stop posting nudes from Google. They have to be real ones, all right? I don't want to see rehashed nudes. No one wants to. Because there's a Facebook wall on there. If we get nuked by Zuckerberg again on Facebook, at least you can go to this wall. Dan and I own it. They can't fuck with it. We've now added 30-second videos. You can literally post whatever you want. There is no admin. There is no wait for anything. And it's a blast. I'm there fucking pretty much every day. And I post a bunch of weird shit behind the scenes that typically you never really get to see here on the show. All right. These email submissions get sent to us live on air. Let's see who this one is. Drinkin Bro submission, SPC. What does that stand for?
Specialist.
Okay. Trainer. No last name there, so I'm assuming they don't want their name there.
Well, that probably is the last name.
Okay. Minnesota listener for over 2 years wants to nominate Sergeant McMillan Living. Sergeant McMillan is a firefighter and paramedic in Minneapolis and has spent the last 10 years in the Minnesota Army National Guard, where he teaches life-saving techniques in a combat scenario and stands out as an exceptional leader. He limits his emotional reactions while communicating clearly and concisely. His work is very serious in nature, but manages to work through it with the right combination of discipline and comedic relief. I'd follow him anywhere. Thanks for showing up, bro. Awesome, man. Cheers. Cheers to both of you guys out there. And then let's see. One more just came in, and I'll read this real quick. This is from Drinkin Bro submission, Brandon Reynertson. I think I pronounced that correctly. Also from Minnesota? What are the chances of that? 2 in a row. Listener for 5 years and wants to nominate Marquise Hunt, who is deceased. Marquise Hunt defied the odds. His early years were difficult, bouncing between foster homes until around age 12. When I met him, he finally landed in a stable home, and by chance, we lived nearby. That's when our friendship began. He and his brother quickly became my closest friends. After high school, life took both of us in different directions, but we always stayed in touch. He stood beside me at my wedding. Recently, Marquise started his own business in Colorado, working on semis and heavy equipment. Tragically, he was killed on the job when something collapsed on top of him. Sorry to hear that. He leaves behind 6 children and a fiance. He was 30 years old. He was a black man, but the world is darker without him. You know what, man? Even in tragedy, at least he's got a funny line there to end it here. Raise a glass for my best friend, Marquise Hunt. It won't be long until we meet again. Your memory is everlasting. Cheers. Cheers to you guys, man. And that's us. That's what this show is about. Even through the darkest times, we still manage to find a little bit of humor every single day. So cheers to you. Beautifully written. At home, again, you can submit on drinkinbros.com. It gets emailed to us live on air. And then, D'Anthony, one more time, where will you be at tonight?
Alex Stein, Primetime Stein 99. You can find his, let's see. Let me see what the actual
YouTube channel is.
Yeah, let me see what the name of it is. I'll click through it right quick. Yeah, it's Primetime Alex Stein is the name of the YouTube channel. Just go follow it because you want to see more than just me over there.
Yeah, he's usually got like a bunch of wild guests on. Does he still do that set like Johnny Carson?
I don't know. I haven't been there.
I like it, dude.
I've been. That's the
I'll
only
pop
show
in from time to time when it pops up in my feed, because I follow him forever.
Yeah, that's the only one I think I haven't been on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's great. It's out of control, and like they usually have wild ass people fucking calling in and shit. And then let's see here if I can find that fucking video from YouTube. Maybe we'll play it for Ross Patterson Revolution, which will be next. It's rare that we do this morning show like this. I like it. I like it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on YouTube right now or on Twitter, and let us know Spotify too if you like the morning shows, and maybe we'll do some more. Don't mind it. Kids get up early, so shit. It's fun, and like I said, the news is dying. Maybe we are the news, and you can join us every single morning. Appreciate you tuning in. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Then hop on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone, or morning.